watch ASMR all day long using my TV because I'm taking care of the baby. And it would just make it a lot. I guess that would be kind of hard because it's so hard to type stuff in from your remote. You have to like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So for this video, I am just going to tell you guys about our home buying process and how it went. Because this is my first time. It's my first time purchasing a home. I have purchased a mobile home in the past, it's more like buying, it's kind of a hybrid when you purchase a mobile home. It's kind of like a hybrid of purchasing a home and like a vehicle. So it's nothing like what I'm going through right now. We've been in this rental for about a year, a little over a year. And like we kind of talked about looking, but I'm sure you've heard or you've been through this where like the market is kind of like a seller's market right now. We don't have anything to sell. Like my brother purchased this year too, and a lot of the houses in his new neighborhood they had to bid over, which nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to bid over, but it's scary times because, okay, this is me trying to explain. I don't know what's going on, but like corporations are buying up all these properties. So if you don't get into a property, it's kind of a scary time. You don't know if your landlord's gonna sell to a corporation or just sell to a new homeowner. It's just it's bizarre times. And then rental properties are through the roof because they know that they could sell. So it's just like to feel more secure, I guess it was time for us to look. So we started looking like a month and a half ago, and we were looking in a bunch of different price ranges, bottom of the budget, top of the budget. Actually, my friend is a real estate agent, so I messaged her and was like, hey, show me around. So she took us to a bunch of different properties, and they were I'm less picky. Then my fiance, he's like, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. And I'm like, okay. Because honestly, I can live anywhere. As long as it's like clean and updated, But, so like in one day, I think we saw 8 houses. And the last one that we saw on that day, it was weird because, no, that was the next day, I think. So we got to one and it had curb appeal, like it looked nice on the outside. And so we looked at the inside and we loved it. It was pretty updated. It was cozy. And what was weird was, like, you walk in and then, it's the ground floor was all nice. The upstairs had nice bedrooms and everything. We're like, let's go check out the basement. So we're walking down the stairs and it was really nice. It had like a workout room with like a full mirrored wall, which that would have been my office ASMR dungeon, I think. But we were walking into like the storage room, and it was so bizarre because the wife had so many of the same shoes that I had. It was bizarre. And then we seen hoodies that were the same as where my fiance works. So he's like, this guy works where I work. And then when we were walking upstairs, which is weird because they hardly ever have family photos out during staging, right? We seen a family photo and it had like a name, or I don't know where we seen the name, but he was like, oh, I do see that name on company-wide emails. He's like, he doesn't work at my building though. I was like, that's so crazy because you work at the same place as this guy, and the wife has a bunch of the same shoes that I have. It was super bizarre. And we did put a bid in on that house. We were like, okay, let's go put a bid if you are staging your house, do not have a bunch of powerful, like the scents that puff out of the wall. They're like Glade or something. They're really chemical smelling. They're not good. I know you can't have candles because you're not just gonna leave candles on while you're showing your house all day and you're not there. So maybe just one Scentsy would do it, like on each floor even, but don't overpower, because like we had to make sure that the house still smelled okay without those, you know, so whatever. We found, we like loved everything about it. There's room for me to have like an ASMR book room there, like my office, you know. And then the basement was finished, so I can throw the boys down there, because my fiance likes sports decor, and I don't want any of that up in my decorated areas. So he can deck the finished basement. He can just deck it all out, put all his sports stuff up, and then there's enough room down there for all like the big toys, the big baby toys to go down there. So it's perfect. I don't know how to make the ASMR room a little, I might have to kind of soundproof it a little, because it's an open room. It's like you walk in and it's the front room, and they were using it as an office too. So we'll see how it works out. But I mean, if I can do it here in a living room, I can do it anywhere. And I've been watching like YouTubes about just like influencer. I'm not ever in the market to be an influencer, but I just like to see their rooms, like how they have it set up, and they have like different areas where they film in, and I'm just super interested in like spying on people's. I would love if ASMR people would show you their little setup. Some of them do, but I just like to like see how they have their rooms set up, you know. It's just cool to me. So anyways, we put the bid in. We had to bid asking price, but we didn't bid over. I think we were one of the first bids in, and it took about a day. And this one is towards the top of the budget, which is scary, right? But we'll make it work. So we put the bid in, and it took about a day. She messaged me back, and she's like, I have bad news. And I was like, what? She's like, you gotta go find boxes. I was like, that's good news, right? That means we got it. So that was the fun part. Everything from there on out is dreadful. It is so stressful. So we, like getting all the paperwork together, the home inspection, all the bank statements, which is silly to me because just take the check. Like they have to see bank statements, and because I own a business, it's extra tricky. And then the bank statements couldn't be just printed out. They had to be a specific PDF form. I don't know how to do any of this, so whatever. It was like every day, and they did say like you're gonna be in contact with us every day. I'm like, so, and then they were like, don't move any money around. My bank is in Chicago, and I live hours from there. So like I work not in Chicago, but it's in Chicagoland. So when I work up there, I have to pull the money out. I have to get a cashier's check to bring it to a bank out here, because it's not like a checking account. I don't write checks out of that account. Anyways, so I did pull the money out. I printed out all my bank stuff, sent the PDFs in, and then I pulled the money out because I figured I'd be done, right? Like, okay, you have everything you need. Let's get the money from one place to another. So, pulled it out, brought it out here to an account that I have out here, and deposited it. And he's like, no, then the bank was like, oh, there is a 7-day hold. I'm like, I'm closing on a house. Shit. She's like, okay, well, I'll talk to somebody and call you. Did they call me yet? No, they did not call me. So, I let the guy know. I'm like, hey, there's a hold on this money, and it's at this other bank. And he's like, okay, now we're gonna need statements from that bank. messes from, leave it in the comments and I'll go pick them up. And also just, I don't want to move stuff that we don't need, so I'm trying to give stuff away, like some baby stuff that he's kind of grown out of. And I had a bunch of stuff ready because I do know somebody that's having a baby boy up in Chicagoland, so I threw it all in my car. And I messaged her, I was like, come get this stuff, like I can't take it in the move. And she's like, oh no, I'm having my cesarean today. I'm like, oh shit. Which everything went well. She had like a nice birth and everything. And so hopefully if I throw it all in my car, I'm going back up there the day after tomorrow. Maybe her husband can come pick it up for me, because I just can't move it, just if it's stuff I'm not keeping, you know. So we'll see. But like, if you see messes in the background of my next several videos, it's because it's moving time. I hate moving time. I am super excited to like really have my roots in a home. I'm not excited to be a homeowner because I know it's always one thing after another, and this is just like